Hi everybody, it's Jill here. Welcome to a wig chat. I love wig chats. It means that I am trying to decide if I want to add another wig to my collection. It's been a little while since I've gotten really a brand new wig, and very excited about this one. Let's just jump right into it. This is a Jon Renau. And as you could tell from the title of this one, this is Rachel in shaded praline, of course, 12 FS8. Let's take her out here. Rachel has been reviewed quite a bit here on YouTube. I probably won't even go into a lot of details. All you need to know really is that it is 100% hand-tied cap. You know, it has the beautiful lace front, as Jon Renau does, in my opinion, very well. And so it's very comfortable. I mean, this is a comfortable wig. It's 100% hand-tied, so there's no wefting at all. For those of you that might be newer to the whole wig thing, I will show you the cap. So this is a 100% hand-tied cap. There's no wefting at all in anywhere, and each little piece of hair is individually knotted into this cap. It takes quite a while to make one wig, and generally it's my understanding that one person will do the whole thing. So the craftsmanship is pretty remarkable, I think. And this material is very soft. Any seaming is nicely taken care of, so it will be soft if you have, you know, no hair at all. It feels like moleskin, or if it's maybe a velvet, I'm not sure. Again, really very comfortable seams and everything throughout. Has the extended nape, the little Velcro straps that you can adjust, the extended nape, and then it has the ear tabs that are also has that really soft moleskin with very strong, firm little stays there. There's let me see if there's any stays here in the nape. Let's see. Yes, there are. There are two vertical stays right here in the nape, which are really nice even on these longer wigs, because you can pinch them in just under the occipital bone there, and it really helps the wig to tuck underneath your the nape area, and that gives you a realistic look no matter if you have a long wig or a short wig like Ignite here. So I appreciate when they put those in, even if it's a longer wig. And so, it just equates to a beautifully comfortable experience in a wig, is at least as comfortable as a wig can get. And it's lovely. Now, of course, that means you're going to get a higher price point for sure when you have all these wonderful features in the cap. But if you can catch a good sale, it's worth it for sure. So this is shaded praline. This is their regular synthetic fiber. So there is, to me, Jon Renau's synthetic fibers, the non-HD fibers, are quite shiny. Too shiny for a realistic appearance, in my opinion. So being a very long wig, I'm not gonna want to just dry shampoo the craziness out of this like I like to with shorter wigs and medium length wigs if they're not too long, to give them texture and lift. I wouldn't want to do that with a wig this length, but you could do kind of the top layer a little bit. I'm gonna have to do that just to get that, to me, kind of unrealistic shine away, to take that away. So let's put Rachel on so we can talk about what I like about Rachel and what I'm having a real struggle with. So we'll be right back. Okay, so this is Rachel. This is a lot of hair. It's a lot of hair. Now, Seville also had a lot of hair. It's a lot to really take in, even if you aren't brand new to wigs. I think if you are brand new and you put this on for the first time and you have not a lot of hair, this is going to be woohoo! this is gonna be a lot to get used to, I think. So it is, that was my first impression was, oh my God, I feel like I am, I feel like this is like a prop, you know, like a stage prop, like I'm, you know, used to be a young something and now I'm older and my hair is not changed. I don't know, but it just really, this is a lot. This is a lot of hair. I don't feel at all comfortable in this hair right now. Now, you know, this is 100% hand-tied cap, so there's no permatease in this at all. You know, it sits to the plane of my head really nicely. I feel like even in the back, I don't have a gap or anything. One thing I do have to say, and I always put my measurements down in the comment box, at least I try to remember, is in my wig chats, is that these 100% hand-tied wigs, my Elizabeth does this too, is it really, really doesn't just ride up against the back of my ear. It bunches up back there. And I'm not sure why you would think that since it's 100% hand tied, these would fit me a little smaller. But that isn't the case, which is why a long time ago I had ordered Mariska in the petite. She was 100% hand tied as well, a petite average or something. No, I think it might have been just a straight up petite. Anyway, I couldn't get her on my head. She was way too small. So there you go. You think you have it figured out and you don't. So anyway, so yeah, these fit me just way too low on both sides of my ears. So what I usually end up having to do without having the nape ride up, because I don't like that, is I'll put a little bit of It Stays up around the area that I want the wig to stay, and I'll just have to hold it there for a little bit. And it does kind of gap up right here, but it's not noticeable, and it keeps it away from just sitting on my ear to the point where it gets uncomfortable, even though this is a very comfortable wig. But, you know, and then with the whole glasses situation, I have to, you know, put it directly over the top because there's really no room for my glasses, so it just has to sit over the top of the band that's sitting right up against the back of my ear. So that's the only thing. I wish I didn't have to wear glasses, honestly, but I do. So this is Rachel. Now, the thing that I love about this wig is the color. As you know, I love shaded praline, and so I love that. I love the color, and I knew I would. And the highlighting in this is beautiful. We've got some lighter highlighting right here in the front to really frame the face nicely, and it's beautifully done, I have to say. Now, what I don't like about this is there's no. I need, because of my age, quite honestly, I don't feel like I look pleasing and nice and my best with hair that is just straight here along my face. I feel like I need to have a little bit more layering and softness around my face. And I could tell, you know, by the picture, by the manufacturer's picture, that it was going to probably hang straighter, and I was aware of that. But I think because the model looks so gorgeous in it and it suits her so well, that I thought, I love it. I want to try this. And so much more hair than I was expecting. Again, I am not really used to longer wigs, but it didn't seem like it had this much hair, you know, so much hair. The other thing is there's this really weird place that's cut short, right, let's see, right here. It's like just this place right here is cut. This little piece is cut really, really short right here. It's really weird. It gets long here and here. It's longer back here and here. It's just this little piece, and it's kind of like feathered, like razored out here at the end. I'm not sure if that's there for a reason to maybe give the bang a little lift. I don't know if it was an accident when it was being made, but I don't know. That's bizarre. But it's all of this stuff right in the front. I mean, yeah, if I was in my 20s, maybe even my 30s, I don't know. I feel like maybe I could get away with that, but I don't have a 20 or 30-year-old face, you know. I'm getting the jowls, and you know, my marionette lines are getting more pronounced, and never had a nice cut jawline ever in my life, even when I was, you know, 98 pounds or 100 pounds or whatever. But you know, I just feel like I'm not looking my best and my freshest with all of this, kind of bringing all of that down further. You know what I mean? So I think to get away with this, I would have to pull this hair away and wear Rachel back. There are a lot of options with hair like this, but there's a lot of hair to pull back, you guys. This is just a lot of hair. I kind of wish they would have kind of not gotten this carried away with this amount of hair, especially if you're doing kind of this one length kind of thing going on. To me, it just seems like so much. The other thing is I'm 5'2". I'm not a tall person, so I feel like this really shrinks me down, really kind of compresses me, you know? If only it would compress me this way, but it's compressing me this way. So I thought, well, okay, let's try to maybe change up the part a little, maybe take some weight off of this side that wants to be more one length here. So I thought, wow, this is quite the 80s thing going on here, isn't it? Would we have loved to have this hair? I know, I always make that reference to 80s hair when I feel, you know, like this because, well, you know, I was a teenager in the 80s and my early 20s. I would love to have had this hair back then. So, you know, I think taking it over, here's a little, again, this little tiny short things. It's very strange. Okay, so that's my one thing, is that it's just all kind of one length. But before I go on much further, I do want to show you guys this from different angles here. So this will be my left side. I'm going to kind of leave it here over my shoulder because most of us probably wouldn't wear it. I don't know. Seems like we would pull some forward. And my right side. And the back. Let me scoot back so maybe I can get more in the picture. This is, you know, I feel like in real life, if I had this much hair, which there are people who do, but if I was my age and had this much hair, I would have cut it long before now from this style. Like, yes, I probably would have worn it like this in the 80s and maybe, you know, different ways like this and kept it like this in the 90s and did the 90 poof thing. But I feel like at 51, I'll be 52 in October, I would have utilized this beautiful amount of hair in a little bit more age-appropriate way, if you will. Not, and this is just for me, my face, what it's doing now, the height I am, and just kind of my build in general. I don't want to put it out there in any means that there are women that are in my age group that would not look gorgeous in hair like this, because there are plenty of women who do wear this beautifully that are in my age group. But so I just don't want to, you know, get that misconstrued. But so yeah, I'm just saying that if me, I would have already at this age, you know, I would have not have decided to wear it like this. So that's where I'm struggling with Rachel here. Now, let's talk about just logistics because say you're like, well, no, I can totally pull this off. We've got the Jon Renau lace front. Again, sorry, I don't have my ring light here, but I think this lace front is beautiful. I happen to like Jon Renau lace fronts. Now, there are things that you can do to make a lace front look even more realistic. And some of the things that I have found myself doing kind of second nature now is when I put on a wig, and I got this from Patty, from Wigs by Patty's Pearls, and I've forgotten to do it. And lately I do it all the time, and it does make a difference, especially the more you wear it and the more you kind of do it. It creates a more realistic kind of baby hair look without trimming little baby hairs. And she just likes to roll this, get your fingers right in there and roll it around and really kind of smush that in there in a rolling kind of fashion. And what it does is it kind of flattens some of the hair out against the lace, and it kind of messes it up a little bit, because if you look at natural hair and a natural hairline, even if it's someone who has a lot of hair, and there are different like you know, shapes of hairlines, but I'm talking more about how the hair grows directly out of the scalp. You know, generally, you know, you will see not that strand just like perfectly going, woo, you know what I mean? I don't know, it just kind of gives that a better, kind of more of a natural look, I think, as it's coming out of that beautiful lace front. So I do that. And the other thing that you can also do is say you know that you're gonna probably, you know, always wear your hair in a certain part, or it doesn't even matter. You can change it up even if you do this. But you can take some tweezers and say it's a little too dense for you. The hair is just too dense, and rather than seeing the hair fall in front in that part, you're seeing just really more of a dense look, and you're not seeing that scalp in that part right in the very front. You can tweeze that to happen, to make that happen. So say I want this to part here, and another thing that helps, honestly, is if you make it go there and you tug at it a little bit. You can put the warmth of your finger and you can put it in there, and it'll make it kind of lay there, and then you can see the scalp a little better. But, which that has made a big difference just doing that. You can also tweeze a few hairs out, and you can make that part even more by just taking a little, you have to kind of hold the lace because it will want to take the lace up, and just tweeze hair out where you feel like you want that natural part to go. Be very careful. Do not very many. A little tiny few make a big impact and make a big difference. So don't get crazy with this, because you can go too far very quickly. So just be very careful with that. I mean, you could even take a little out along the entire hairline if that's something that you prefer, and you feel like it looks a little bit more realistic doing that. Something that you, again, want to experiment with very, very slow, and don't take out very much at all. It doesn't take much. But so anyway, that's something. The other thing, the coverage, again, this is going to vary from, you know, person to person, but the coverage is very good, and I tend to get very good coverage, especially with Jon Renau wigs, and in general, just because I'm 12 inches from the top of my ear to the top of my ear. Generally, they're going to pull down pretty low, which is why I do tend to run into this issue back here behind my ears. That's the give and take, I guess. But I've gotten used to good coverage, and so what happens is when I don't get the coverage that I have, for instance with this wig here, I'm like, dang it, I don't have very good coverage, but then I have the comfort of it fitting like it should, you know, around my ear, because it's not pulling down as far as I'm used to. And but I am actually more comfortable in the wig like that when I don't have this good of coverage. So, but yeah, I feel like this is good coverage. And if I were to really wear this, You know, I would probably even bring that it stays down and secure that, so I would really have good coverage. But the other thing, oh, I didn't bring out my little thing, is I would still pull out hair of my own on the side, even though you probably aren't going to see it much. But if I pull my hair back, which I would very likely do in certain styles with this wig, it's always a good thing to pull out some of your own hair if you have it. Now, I've had a lot of people, because I think I've probably gotten quite a few new subscribers, which is great and welcome. Very excited and happy to have anybody that has just happened to stumble upon my little channel here. And so I've had a lot of questions regarding what kind of fill-in powder do I use and what's the brand. And I just found this one day in Ulta, where you buy the hair color and all of that. It's quite inexpensive comparably to some other brands, and it seems to work okay with what I need it for. I have not tried those other brands, so I don't know if there's this big wonderful difference, to be honest, and maybe I should never try them because I seem to be okay with this. But this is called fill-in powder, and I will put, again, the link down below in that show more comment box. And it comes with this kind of a stippling brush. And I want to say, and I will put this down as well, I want to say this is dark brown. Now, be careful because it is quite messy and it cracks kind of easy, but I've used a lot, as you can see, of this. And I do this. I have mousy brown hair. It's fairly medium in color, but I'm getting a lot of gray. Lots of gray. So it's even more mousy color. It's very ashy. And, you know, I've got this beautiful warm root here. I have to make it look like my natural hair is also that color, or as closer than what I have going on here. You know, so that's when I do my fill-in powder. You can choose to do the fill-in powder before you put your wig on, or you can do it after you have your wig on. But see where and I'll try to do a zoom in when I edit, but my natural hair is coming in right around this area, and that's where I want to put the fill-in powder to it will give this wonderful sort of illusion that's very faint, but that's all you need, that this is a more believable hairline. So I just do that, and I bring it over my natural hair. I'm not putting it on scalp that doesn't have any hair, and I'm pressing pretty hard, and I'm getting it in there, and then you can take your finger and you can just kind of, you know, brush it through and decide, hey, do I need it to be a little bit darker? And then you can go in again and go over that hair and put it on the scalp as well. You want it on your skin and over that hair. I've also found that Jon Renau wigs, a lot of them will have this seam right here. This seam is the seam that is bringing that lace together to the side, and so there's this seam, and a lot of times it does look white right there. So I will take this fill-in powder, and I can't see, let me move this over, and I will stipple that right over that white so it will not be so noticeable. It might take a few times. And that way, if my hair blows back, you won't see this white seam. Honestly, though, people aren't looking that closely, even if that happened. Don't forget that, you guys. We are so critical when we are putting on our wigs. We really, you know, I kind of am a little obsessive about that a little, and that's why I go through the lengths of doing the fill-in powders and such, because I want my wig to feel like it looks really nice in different scenarios. So if my hair blows back, that you won't see that wig line right there because this hair is so much lighter, and that just makes it a little bit more of an illusion that it's my hair, and that's what I'm shooting for. And some of you may not necessarily need to go through that length or want to go through that length, and you don't have to. for me, it's what gives me more confidence. And I have to feel that confidence in whatever wig I'm wearing to feel good and happy in it. And therefore, I just, you know, I think confidence is the number one thing you need to have when you're wearing wigs. So that's what helps me with my confidence, is doing these little things. And then I forgot my little back comb, but the other thing I like to do is, now I have really cut my bio hair very, very short. So I don't have this longer hair right here like I used to, but I do still like to back comb it in to the sides of the wig hair as well, to meld them together. And again, that hides that wig line even more, you know. So I just wanted to show that and share that with you in case you are a new subscriber and you haven't seen any of my other videos that I do talk about that fill-in powder and such. But can you see? Make sure this is straight. But can you see the difference in without and with the fill-in powder? You know, to me, that wig line is just, even if I make sure my hair is out, it's just it's just more pronounced. It's not gone away. It's still there. You could see it if you really, really were looking for it, but it just helps a little bit. And that's what I like to do with that. I only have a little wig grip on here, so, you know, I would have to, it stays this because it's so heavy. I would, you know, I mean, even with my wig grip, it is quite heavy and it is wanting to tug it backwards. So I would for sure have to wear the It Stays and secure this like I would my wigs. But this is how I really would have to wear a wig like this to get it away from my face. And, you know, I would feel more comfortable with it then like this. It's very pretty. It's a gorgeous wig. Don't you think? It's gorgeous. But so this is, I don't know what it looks like back here, honestly. But see, the beauty of a 100% hand-tied cap is you could do this to it and you don't have to worry about, am I exposing wefts back here because I'm bringing the hair up? With the 100% hand-tied cap, you could do anything with it and it doesn't matter, which is fabulous. Which is why I thought I want to get Rachel, because I will probably want to put her up in some way and I don't want to worry about that. So yeah, so this is an idea. And you know, yes, she's still covering my neck, but to have some of that at least away and up, it's not so heavy and the wind can get back there into the nape and it's not so warm. But you know, I'm thinking about fall and winter. These longer styles, I'm you know, kind of thinking about that. I have no intention of wearing a wig this length in the summer. I mean, yes, you can wear it up, but I still think the amount of hair would be so warm. And you know me, I run warm, so I'm such a wimp that way. Anyway, yeah, very, very pretty. Very pretty wig. So yes, the boxes this one ticks for me for sure. Jon Renau, 100% hand-tied cap, moleskin on the nape, ear tabs, beautiful lace front, 12 FS8, shaded praline. It ticks all those boxes. The ones that I struggle with is the shaping. Would I be brave enough to do that? Maybe a little bit in maybe the front bang area, but I don't know if I'd go much further than that. And I'm used to cutting hair, you know, but you can't go back when you cut a wig. And this one, with 100% hand tied and all of that, and I don't know if I could. So I would probably have to wear it up something like this, and then I think I would feel okay, maybe. Okay guys, that is it here. This is Jon Renau's gorgeous Rachel in 12 FS8 shaded praline. I think she's pretty, and I love the color, I can tell you that. All right, okay guys, it was fun doing a wig chat. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this helped you. I don't ever want to sound like I'm bummed out or I'm depressing or anything like that. I think I had somebody comment, "Oh my God, which one was it?" Oh, I think it was my Ignite. You guys know how I was struggling with Ignite. that, you know, it's just, I try to be really truthful and honest with you guys. I try to stick the wig on for pretty much the first time when I start recording, so you guys can experience all of my emotions, be it happy, confused, or a little sad, while I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with that wig. So I know they're not always going to be super exciting and so happy from front to finish. You know, it takes me a little bit of time to get there sometimes. So as with Rachel, you know, I'm not 100% there yet, but I might very well get there. So I just, thanks for hanging in there with me. And you know how much I appreciate you guys watching, and I absolutely love when you leave comments, you know, I read all of them. So I have to get caught up on the comments with my how to wash your wig video. I've noticed that I'm falling behind there. So I've read them, but I always like to comment back, so and engage with you guys. That's the fun part for me in doing this. So, all right, guys, until next time,